بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. Imam Ali alayhi salam said, he who dissatisfies his body earns Allah's pleasure, and he who is not willing to dissatisfy his body defies Allah. قال الإمام علي عليه السلام: من أسخط بدنه أرضى ربه. من أسخط بدنه أرضى ربه، ومن لم يسخط بدنه عصى ربه. ومن لم يسخط بدنه عصى ربه. In such topic that a person, especially nowadays, it's winter, and it is cold water, if there is no power or something like that. In the middle of night, before you go to bed, you make ablution. Before Salat al-Fajr, you wake up for Salat al-Layl. And you prepared yourself for the Salah before the time of Salah is set in. Keeping, for example, fasting twice a day, twice a week. These things, not eating haram. I'm not saying not eating haram, but also not to let your stomach is cemeteries or graves for animals. You see that? This is how to make yourself or your body is tired, but in return you have the satisfaction of Allah. And definitely if you do the opposite, that you keep eating what you like, let's say halal, not haram, okay, and having rest all the night, definitely you are not going to take the satisfaction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With Islamic laws, we reach to issue number 337. It is not necessary that jabira should be made of things which are permissible in salah. That jabira, it is not necessary that jabira should be made of the things which are acceptable in salah. Like what? Like cloth? Doesn't matter. So it is not necessary that jabira should be made of things which are permissible in salah. For example, if it is of silk, what does it mean, silk? Right? Or even of the parts of an animal whose meat is haram to eat, it is permissible. Doesn't matter. To perform wiping on it. It doesn't matter if this jabira, it is made of silk or it is made of a hide of an animal whose meat is haram to eat. Can I wipe on it? Yeah, doesn't matter. Issue number 338. If a person has jabira on his palm, this is my palm, I have jabira on my palm and fingers, palm and fingers, and he passes a wet hand on it. I passes the wet hand on that jabira, on my palm and on my fingers. A wet hand on it while performing wudu, he can do the wiping of his head of the feet with the same wetness. Look, I have jabira, and this jabira covered my palm and my fingers. Now what I did, I wash my left hand, okay, with my right hand. Now, this jabira, it has what? It has wetness. It has moisture of my right hand from washing the left hand. Can I use this wetness to wipe my head or my upper part of it? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Issue number 339. If the jabira has covered with entire surface of the foot. The jabira covers the entire surface of the foot. الجبيرة غطت كل ظاهر القدم. But apart from the side of the fingers, apart from the side of the fingers, and apart from the upper side of the foot is open. لكن أكفت جزء من ظاهر القدم وظاهر الأصابع شبيه ظاهر ما مغطى بالجبيرة. One should do wiping on the foot at the open places and also on the surface of the جبيرة. يعني المسح ايش راح يكون؟ على ظاهر القدم اللي ما بيه جبيرة أو الأصابع اللي ما بيها جبيرة، وأيضا على اليمن على الجبيرة نفسها. افتهمتوا ولا ما افتهمتوا؟ فرضوا هاي القدم، فرضوا هاي القدم قبل السؤال. Imagine this is the feet. And I have jabira on this part. But only this finger and this upper part of the feet is uncovered. Have you got it? Where shall I, or maybe this, all of it is what is covered, but only this finger is what is not covered. I should wipe the finger as well as the jabira. Yes, my daughter. Why you don't speak English?
If the right hand is jabira, on the hand is jabira, and how I can wash the other hand?
If the jabira is on the right hand, okay? And what do you want? You want to wash the... Okay, this is the tap of the water, like this, isn't it? I put my left hand under the water. Okay? Now I can wipe it. That's it. Is that clear? Good. Issue number 339. If the jabira has covered the entire surface of the foot, but a part from the side of the fingers and a part from the upper side of the foot is open, and one should do wiping on the foot. What's the meaning of wiping? Which part of speech is wiping? It's a noun, a verb, adjective, adverb. Noun. Good. Good. One should do wiping on the foot at the open places and also on the surface of the jabira. Issue number 340. If a person has several jabiras on his face or hands, several jabiras, like here is jabira, here is another jabira, here is another jabira, he should wash the places between them. He should wash the places between them. And if the jabiras are on the head or on the feet, I mean the places where he is wiping, he should wipe the places between them. Also, he should wipe the places between the jabiras. And as for the places where the jabira, where there are jabiras, he should act according to the rules of jabira. I have, for example, two jabiras right here on my hand. This is one jabira and this is another jabira. Okay? Now, what should I do in this place in between the two jabiras? I should wash it. How about this jabira and that jabira? I should do it, ablution of jabira. I should wipe, not wipe directly. Can I remove them? Are they tahir or not? Can I let the water reach the skin under them? Can I wash the adjacent part of? All these rules should work together. Then I come to what? Then I come to wiping. Issue number 341. If the jabira has covered unusually more space than the size of the wound. This is really fun. When you go to the hospital and the wound is so small, maybe like 1 centi, maybe 1 centi. You see the jabira takes 1 meter. Take the whole hand. It is only 1 centimeter. Why they do so? I don't know. I don't know. Really, they don't care about ablution, about wudu. There is no need. There is no need. That 1 centi make the jabira 2 centimeters, maybe 3 centimeters. That will be enough. But to cover the whole hand, why? To say that this nurse is working? I don't know why. God knows. If the jabir has covered unusually more space than the size of the wound, he should remove the extra part and wash or wipe. Look, he should. This is a verdict. He should remove the extra part and wash or wipe the healthy one if it is supposed to be washed or wiped. And if it is difficult to remove the jabira, the splint, or there is unbearable or harm on the healthy place, if you remove the jabira, the healthy place will be affected. Then one should perform tayammum. One should perform what? Tayammum itself. In which case, it is necessary that he should perform both wudu and tayammum as an obligatory precaution. So in the first instance, he should do what? He should perform what? He should perform tayammum. And as an obligatory precaution, he should do what? He should do ablution. And tayammum, yes. But if when it is removed, when the jabira is removed and washed the healthy places, it will cause harm. If we remove jabira and we wash the healthy places, it will harm. It will cause harm on the affected places. The affected places will be harmed if we remove jabira and we wash them. Then he should perform wudu and wipe on the jabira. We have to perform what? We have to perform wudu. Yes, we have to perform wudu and what? We should wipe on the jabira, not to remove the jabira, because removing the jabira the splint will make the adjacent part or the injury itself, the wound itself, will be affected. Yes. If you do what?
If I remove the jabira, the doctors say I can't use water.
You cannot use water because water will affect the wound. You have to follow the directions of the doctor because he is the specialist. You have to follow him, not to remove the jabira. Okay? Last issue, issue number 342. If there is no wound or fractured bone in the parts of wudu, there is no wound, no fractured bone on the parts of wudu, but the use of water is harmful. The use of water is harmful, just like if it is burnt. For some other reason, one should perform tayammum. Look, if there is no wound or fractured bone, no wound, no fracture, لا كسر ولا جرح, in the parts of wudu, but the use of water is harmful. It's a kind of disease that affected the eyes, and we cannot use water to wash the eyes. It will be so harmful. This, in Arabic idiom, we call it ramad. We cannot use water with it. In this case, we are talking about this. If there is no wound or fractured bone in the parts of wudu, but the use of water is harmful for some other reason, one should perform tayammum. والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم.